What is up, guys? I'm going to be doing some tarot reading slash mini horoscopes for each sign this month in September and through Virgo season. There is so much going on in the world and I feel very called to do this. Starting this month, this season with Virgo's reading, because yes, it is Virgo season. It is time to get aligned, to get organized, all that fun stuff, cleaning out the closet, Eminem style. Okay, Virgos. What are the themes of Virgo seasons here? Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling you guys have some intense stuff going on here for you. And I'm already seeing some of that stuff come out. Okay. Okay, we have the Tower reversed. We'll talk about that. Ten of Swords reversed. We'll also talk about that. Ten of Cups upright and the Lovers upright. Okay, so kind of a mixed bag for you guys. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here on the bottom, which makes a lot of sense. So, okay. The main things that are obviously standing out here are the Ten of Swords and then the Tower reversed. If you are into this stuff and you have been alive through 2020 and through 2019, you've probably seen this card a lot. I, along with many other people, pulled this card upright and reversed for me continuously all through last year. And so what I'm really getting for these two cards is that this has a lot to do with Virgo season itself, with September itself playing out, and of course Virgo season already being started in the end of August, but mainly playing out through September. I'm seeing these two cards as really being signified as what is going on this season overall. And a lot of this coming through Virgos and Virgo placements, specifically Sun, Moon, Rising, being that some of the external energy may be coming to a climax within your personal life right now. And specifically, this card to me is really speaking to some of the intuitive stuff I've been feeling about Virgo season, some of the stuff that's showing up in the transits that we have going on this month, which is about information coming to the surface. And when information comes to the surface, this can be secrets, this can be lost information, this can be new information that's being told or displayed in a new way. All of that stuff is very prominent this season through September for all signs. Again, that said, with this being Virgo's reading, this energy specifically is coming through as be extra cautious and aware of, one, the information that you are providing to people and releasing to people, and also the information that's coming into you. You may receive some news or some secrets, again, coming to the surface this month that make you want to lash out against the information. Some distrust may be present between you and the source of this information, or the person who's telling you these things, or the person who has in some way betrayed you, which we really see betrayal with the Ten of Swords. This is also just a sign in this position that just be aware of how you're reacting to the things that are coming to you. Not everything that presents itself as groundbreaking information is actually that groundbreaking, and we're going to see a lot of this stuff this month politically and publicly. So all of this to say that this season, your season, may have some push and pulls in it where it feels in some respects like you're having your solar return, you're kind of being ignited again. Maybe some things are falling into place for you, which we'll see here. But at the same time, and also with the Wheel of Fortune, again, that was on the bottom there, but at the same time, I want to say that you might also experience drastic ends or polar ends of that, where things are just falling apart, things that you thought were together, that you thought there was a foundation beneath, are just kind of falling apart. And so I really want to kind of point out actually this Wheel of Fortune card that came up for you guys. And this is just a sign that everything that's happening this month is totally supposed to happen. Everything that's happening this season is totally supposed to happen. And a lot of you might experience some intensity around your solar returns. If you're watching this before your birthday, maybe go into your birthday expecting that it might not be the same as every birthday you've had before, or as pleasant as maybe a few birthdays were in the past. I know y'all probably have high expectations for your own experience on your birthday anyway, which means that you might not always be impressed by how that plays out. So just saying that this month, this season, this year, you should probably expect that things will play out a little bit more intensely than they usually do, and going into it with an expectation that you're gonna feel like mighty fine and great might end up hurting you more than helping you. And then let's talk about some good stuff for you guys. So, and when we see these cards, it doesn't always mean that's good stuff, of course, but what I'm really getting for these coming up for you, 10 of Cups, we'll talk about this first, and then the Lovers. The 10 of Cups, this is a sign that some things that have been playing out in your life are coming to fruition or coming back around. And so that doesn't always mean that it's positive or negative. It just means that some cycles that have been playing out in your life are going to be coming to an end. And that does show that this is a good time to kind of prepare for those things or to think about those things. So for instance, some of you may be moving or leaving a space that you've been in for a long time. You may be revisiting old spaces this month, maybe going home or connecting with people that kind of bring a familiarity. And if you're not doing any of those things, it might be good to do that. It might be good to consider what cycles are playing out in your life and where you're feeling nostalgic. It's not a bad idea to nurture that nostalgia a bit, to get more in touch with who you are eternally and not just who you are in a moment. And the Lovers. The way that this is kind of coming up in your spread here, and what I'm getting intuitively, is that this is not necessarily a positive sign that you're gonna fall in love or have great romance this month, this season, but more so that this is a sign that romance and relationships are likely to be a theme in your life right now. And so when we're seeing the Lovers like this, it's, again, as it's kind of showing up in your spread, this shows me that some of you might be dealing with relationship decisions and what you want to do in a relationship or what you don't want to do in a relationship. I'm getting the sense that some of you might be going through breakups, and not necessarily negative breakups, just kind of going back to the 10 of Cups and really thinking about like endings, just kind of thinking about, and 10 of Cups isn't always endings, but just really thinking about cycles and like how maybe you're in a relationship that feels like it's expired or feels like the relationship as it has existed is expired and it's time to kind of move on from that and invite new life in. This is actually coming out pretty positive for you guys when I'm feeling into it, is that it's really related to your own vitality. And of course, as we're experiencing the sun in Virgo, your solar return, it's really about that reconnection with your sun, with your illumination, with the most vital parts of you. So this can be a really good sign that some of you might be making a decision this month to leave a relationship or to leave a friendship and to focus a little bit more on yourself and what's making you happy. And some good signals or signifiers for this in the rest of your spread here is look at the things in your life that are really irritating you or making you frustrated, and see how you can lean a little bit more into the lover energy of like doing things that you enjoy, doing things that you love, doing things that make you feel connected. And you may find yourself doing those things in replacement of a connection that was previously there. Okay, have a great season, guys. Okay, Taurus, let's see what y'all have going on this month. Based on the astrology of this month, some of you could have some luck this month or some breakthrough. Does not mean that won't be messy. Ooh, you guys have a lot coming out. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we have anything else. We have the Queen of Swords here, the Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups. Anything that Taurus needs to be aware of this month. Okay, so looking at these cards, the first one that came out for you is the Queen of Swords, and we had this coupled with the Ace of Cups. And so this shows me that you guys might have a breakthrough this month, kind of like what I was just saying. You guys might have a mental breakthrough month. This is a great sign if any of you have felt stuck where you are, if you felt stuck in a thought loop or stuck around an idea, not really able to make a decision on something. This is a really good sign for some intellectual freedom. And some of you may actually use this intellectual freedom creatively. You may feel empowered to write, to express yourself, to kind of free your mind in a sense. So this is a really good sign. I know this year has been kind of rough for Taurus mentally. So this is a really good sign that some of you might have some relief this month. I will say with some of the energies that we have going on, some of you may end up relieving yourself through like anger, aggression, or outburst. I'm not really seeing that in the rest of your spread, so that may not be on point for all of you guys, but just be aware of that being a theme and how you think you can allow that to happen for you this month, this season. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups. So this is really jumping out to me as your relationships in your current life. So not necessarily any love you're calling in, but the current relationships in your life. And I'm kind of getting that they don't totally go together, but they're affecting each other. So first here with the Queen of Cups, this is a sign of intuition. This is a great card for anything that might be occurring in your relationships. And the way that I'm kind of getting this, again, it's not necessarily romantic relationships right now, but more so that you might be feeling a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more loving, a little bit more of that water energy flowing in something that you're currently in. This can be a really good sign for any kind of new relationship, being able to kind of merge and use your intuition to navigate it a bit. I will say though, with the Two of Cups following, this is a sign that you might be dealing with someone who you don't really see eye to eye on everything. You guys might have some differences. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, if this is a new relationship, it doesn't mean that that's not going to work. It just means that there might be some differences that really need to be paid attention to, or else they could kind of continue to play out under the surface where you aren't as conscious of it. So just be aware that there might be someone in your life where you have some differences with. This could also apply to roommates for some of you, or some kind of business partnership as well. I'm not really getting that this is for business, but personal relationships seems to be more of a theme with this one for you guys. In Taurus, again, this is for Taurus here for this month, for Virgo Season. Queen of Cups, again, just kind of jumping back to this, anything that you feel stuck on in relationships, or like anything that you feel like you can't really navigate it, use your compassion, use your intuition. It's going to feel very strong and heightened this month, so this is a great time to kind of use that to navigate anything. Some of you may be reaching out to people as well. Some of you may be reaching out to romantic interest, or especially, again, going back to your Queen of Swords here and the Ace of Cups, some of you may be reaching out to people and potentially expressing your feelings to people, so that's exciting. And then we have the Hierophant, which is your card, Taurus, and this came out when I asked if there's anything that needs to be revealed. And so what this is showing me is that it's really just a reminder to get in touch with your truest and deepest self, and really stick to the things in your life that have brought you happiness over extended periods of time. You may be feeling a lot of energy right now. This year, your 9th house is very activated for Taurus suns, which means that some of you may be feeling kind of antsy to go see the world, to go travel, to go do something. This is a great reminder that even if you feel constricted in where you are, it doesn't mean that you have to spontaneously or irrationally make a decision to go do something different, but it can mean that you can introduce new concepts, new ideas, new activities into your life in a way that fits into kind of your working foundation, if that makes sense. Some of you may be taking on some new studies this month. Some of you could be starting a new job. If you're starting a new job, or if you're taking on a new project, this is just a reminder to find a good mentor in that, or a good some system, something that allows you to feel like there's structure in something that's new. Okay, and then on the bottom of your deck we have the Devil reversed. And this is another really, when we see the Devil, a lot of people want to think it's like the worst thing ever. It is not. This can be a really great sign for you guys, especially again with the Ace of Cups here and kind of breaking through things mentally. This is a sign that some of you may have been a little bit trapped in an addiction, or trapped in a thought process that kind of feels like an addiction, maybe addicted to thinking certain thoughts, or some of you may have been feeling a little bit pessimistic or in the dark. This is a sign that you're making conscious choices right now, and that there's an opportunity to really kind of change your karma. So if you've really felt stuck in a way of thinking, or maybe some of you might be feeling really held back by your family, by your ancestry, really held back by things that feel out of your control or genetics. But this is a good sign that you have power to change your life, and you have power to change the circumstances in your life. And by making thoughtful choices every day, you're on your way to doing that. So yeah, I actually wasn't totally expecting this for you guys this month, but you actually have a lot of opportunity for change and breakthrough. So some of you Tauruses might have been really feeling it this year with everything going on outside of you, but hopefully a lot of you have taken time to internally process some things, and I think you're gonna see the reward of that this month. Okay, and a Capricorn. What is in store for Capricorn? Capricorn has so much going on this year with all of the external planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, reverse Queen of Pentacles, you guys get this a lot. Queen of Pentacles is such earth energy, it's such nurturing Mother Earth energy. It's really about taking care of yourself and taking care of your environment, and this is no surprise that this is coming out to me right away, because what I'm getting the sense of, and especially for the transits that Capricorn has going on right now, with Mars squaring a lot of the energy that we have in Capricorn, and probably squaring natal Capricorn placements if you guys have those. So that can be anything: Sun, Mercury, Moon, Mars, Ascendant, etc. This is a sign that whatever like signs that have been coming to you, or whatever you've been trying to implement in your daily life to improve your health, like any kind of new routine, any kind of new food, any kind of new hobby, not necessarily playful hobbies, but hobbies or habits that are gonna really help your overall well-being. This is a sign that you really got to stick to that right now. You might be feeling a little bit like you can be a little lax or easy on it because it's been working, or because you just feel like you've made a simple change and it's all better now. This is a sign that you just need to make sure that you're sticking to those routines, because it's really important this month that you're in order and that you feel aligned, because there's a lot of big things happening for Capricorn this year in general, and making sure that your health, your foundation is set is really important. And then what else do we have going on for Capricorn this month? September, Virgo season. What else for Capricorn? Okay. All right. The Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. These are playing out a little bit different here for different people, but what's really sticking out here is the Seven of Wands. I've been pulling this a lot as a Capricorn, and it's really saying that this month it's important to stand your ground. It's important to protect your boundaries that you've set in your personal life, and any kind of challenge that you're faced with in your life. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the time to play it safe necessarily, but more so to really stand in your worth. So it's not necessarily about considering your external opposition as much, as far as, you know, if you are usually the kind of person who can maybe be walked over a bit, or recently you've been like, yeah, I can kind of take it, or go with the flow. This is a sign that you might just need to stand your ground a little bit more this month and really speak up and hold your boundaries, especially if you've set any new boundaries in any kind of work environment, any kind of work situation. You really need to be sticking to those and making sure that people are not crossing your boundaries. If they're crossing your boundaries, it doesn't mean that they're trying to attack you. It just means that you have to make sure that you're making it clear that those are your boundaries. And then the Six of Cups here. This is a sign that, and you know, with everything going on right now, I think a lot of us can kind of relate to this, but this is definitely coming up for you Capricorns here, of just a sign that you might be feeling a little bit nostalgic, but in a kind of a playful way. I always think of Leo energy with the Six of Cups. It's just kind of playful, and it's really about looking at like imagination. It's allowing yourself to go into your imagination and to go back in time if you need to. Go to the memories that make you feel happy, that make you feel whole. Connect with people, or reconnect with people that bring those emotions in you as well. It's a good sign for anybody who has a little bit of time on their hands right now and is looking to maybe do some self-exploration or to start a new creative project. This is a great sign that going into your own history, into your memories, into your imagination. You might find some gems, that some ideas maybe that you are going to come back to, or some thoughts that provoke inspiration in you, inspire you to do something. So this is a good sign, and just, you know, allow yourself to play. If you're feeling, if you are kind of stuck in something right now, or if you're feeling very trapped in a job or trapped in a routine, you know, Capricorns can be real so hard on themselves, and you don't always need to be that hard on yourselves. Me preaching to myself, but Six of Cups here is just a reminder that sometimes the best thing to do is to go play and to just kind of allow your mind to wander, not always to a place of worry, Capricorns. Knight of Pentacles reversed here. This is very much speaking to the Six of Cups in a sense, and one of the things I'll say with this too, this one is coming out for you guys with love here, and I'm going to pull another card to clarify this, but one thing that's also coming out with the Six of Cups here is that you might be feeling a little bit too nostalgic in a relationship. There may be too much nostalgia in a relationship right now, where you could be missing some information, or you could be so caught in the feeling that it's easy to bypass things that later on are going to irritate you. So just be aware of that. Doesn't necessarily need to mean romantic, but probably coming up romantically. And then I wanted to clarify some stuff for you guys with romantic situations here. We have the reverse King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. I'm just going to pull one more card here, and also on the bottom we have the reverse Hangwoman. This came up in the last reading I did for Capricorns. Okay, clarification on the Nine of Swords, reverse King of Pentacles, anything related to relationships for Capricorns right now. Anything related to relationships for Capricorns. And clarity on these two cards here. Okay. So, okay. There's that Tower card again, Capricorn energy. Okay, so what I'm really seeing with this actually now, the Six of Cups is very connected to your environment, and some, like, your relationships right now are very tied to the other things that are going on in your life. So whatever is going on in your immediate environment is very connected to whatever's going on in your relationships. So any kind of romantic relationship, there's going to be a large influence of that on your immediate environment, and your immediate environment as in like where you're living, kind of what your day looks like. That's also going to be really affecting any kind of romantic relationships for you guys. And then with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Swords, this is a sign that some of you might be trying to break through some stuff right now. Like some of you may have really made, and this is such a theme for Capricorn this year, some of you have been really trying to change some karma, to work through some deep shit. And what these two cards here together are showing me that you might be a little closed off because of it, which makes total sense. You're working on changing things in your life, you're working on being more conscious, and so you might not feel like sharing that with everyone right now. You might just feel like having that to yourself, working through it yourself. It may not be showing up in a way that you're ready to kind of be like, yes, I've worked through this. You don't necessarily feel confident that you've worked through it yet. And so this is just a sign here, especially with the Tower and the reverse Two of Swords coming up, that be careful of let your imagination wander around anything that's possible in your life right now, anything again that's feeling nostalgic or something that just feels like it needs your emotional attention. But also be aware that you've done a lot of work this year, and that there's some things that may feel like you're past them, but they're still on the surface because you're still finding closure around those things. And then we have the Two of Swords here, and then the Tower. And again, when these are just such intense cards for right now, everything that's going on, and I'm not surprised that this is coming up for your reading, because 2020 again has so much Capricorn energy. Capricorn is a real theme this year, a real player this year. And so this is a sign and a reminder that a lot of the stuff that is going on outside of you is very connected to the energy that's going on in your own immediate environment. So all of these cards coming together, the Six of Cups, reverse King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, reverse Two of Swords, and the Tower here, kind of playing out as, it's showing up to me as a real need to kind of going back into some of the stuff we were talking about with the reverse Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. this is a really important time to be extra cautious and extra aware of your day-to-day decisions. Be aware of the decisions that you're making. It may be easy to get yourself in this mindset of almost feeling like you're living in the past a bit, but it feels new and it feels like it's present. Just be very aware that some of the emotional things that are coming up in your life right now may not actually be a new emotion that you're supposed to be experiencing. It may not be new and exciting. It may actually just be old and may need to be processed a bit. And again, the kind of final theme here with these cards is just be aware of the stuff that you've been working through, and don't give up on yourself yet. Don't give up on yourself yet. Again, the reverse Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands here, like, you've been doing some inner work this year, and you may feel like that inner work's over, or you may feel like it's not working, and so you're kind of like, whatever, I'll go back to this, or I'll just start this new thing. Don't give up yet. Stand your ground. There's more to come. And then again with the reverse Knight of Pentacles here, this was the last card that came up for you guys. A way that you can kind of remedy some of this stuff is going to be connected to your day-to-day routine. Take your day-to-day routine very seriously right now. Some of you may be bored, and that boredom, and you know, all of us are fucking bored this year, but some of you may be bored and it's leading to impulsive decisions or decisions that you may otherwise not have any interest in, but right now you're just bored. So you feel kind of neutral, like, yeah, that's great, or yeah, that's good, I can go for that. But in normal circumstances, or when you might have a little bit more going on in your life, you may say no to that decision. So just be aware of making any decisions right now that could not necessarily lead you in the right direction, because you have so much going on internally, and because there is really a lot of opportunistic things happening for Capricorn this year. This is going to be a real month of testing that stuff, testing your commitment to what you really want. And then the Hanged Woman reverse, this is kind of, intuitively I'm getting that this is coming up a little bit different for some of you. Some of you need to make decisions. Some of you need to just make a decision. Some of you are waiting for something to happen. And some of you, it's okay if you don't make a decision right away. So with this one, I want to say anyone who is feeling a bit stuck where they are, decisions need to be made, but impulsive decisions are not going to help you. So make a decision, but set a deadline for the future, so that way you can say, okay, I've made this decision, now I'm going to work on it, or work toward it, or plan toward it for the next 2 weeks or a month, without saying I'm making a decision and I'm doing it today, if that makes sense. Okay, Caps.